Every year, hundreds of people from all walks of life go missing in the remote wilderness areas of North America. What begins as a relaxing getaway often turns into an unimaginable nightmare. Despite being experienced and prepared, these individuals vanish under mysterious circumstances, leaving behind perplexing clues that challenge conventional explanations. This video delves into some of these enigmatic cases, exploring the possible supernatural, paranormal, and otherworldly factors that might be at play.
On July 19, 1991, 12-year-old Jared Negrete disappeared in the San Bernardino National Forest while on a Boy Scout expedition to summit Mount San Gorgonio. Struggling to keep up with his group, Jared was last seen cutting switchbacks down the mountain trail. Despite extensive search efforts involving thousands of volunteers and advanced technology, only his backpack and a camera with a haunting final photograph of his eyes and nose were found. The eerie image showed what appeared to be the reflection of an eye over his shoulder, leading to speculation about an otherworldly presence.
In 2004, 9-year-old David Gonzalez vanished from the Hanna Flats campground in San Bernardino National Forest. After being given permission to retrieve cookies from the family car, David disappeared within seconds. His body was found a year later, a mile away at the bottom of a ravine, with no signs of animal attack or foul play. The mystery remains unsolved, raising questions about possible abduction by humans or other unknown forces. In 1952, 2-year-old Keith Parkins went missing from a cattle ranch in Oregon. After a frantic search involving hundreds of people, he was found alive but unconscious 12 miles away, having traversed rugged terrain in just 19 hours. His survival without any memory of the ordeal adds to the baffling nature of these disappearances, suggesting a possible encounter with unknown entities or extraordinary survival instincts.
Theories and speculations. Many believe that these cases involve supernatural entities or paranormal phenomena. The mysterious photograph of Jared and the bizarre circumstances of other cases hint at possible interactions with otherworldly beings, such as Sasquatch or UFOs. While animal attacks and natural accidents are plausible explanations, the absence of physical evidence and the peculiar conditions of the disappearances often contradict this theory. The possibility of human kidnappers lurking in the wilderness cannot be ruled out. However, the lack of consistent evidence makes this theory less convincing in many cases. Some speculate that certain areas might have environmental anomalies or portals that cause people to disappear and reappear inexplicably. The unexplained disappearances in North American wilderness areas continue to captivate and terrify. While various theories attempt to explain these mysteries, none have been conclusively proven. The work of researchers like David Paulides, who has documented these cases extensively, underscores the need for continued investigation and awareness. Whether the cause is supernatural, natural, or human, the safety of those venturing into the wilderness remains paramount. For more in-depth research and case studies, visit David Paulides' Missing 411 series and his YouTube channel. Stay vigilant and cautious when exploring the great outdoors, as the unknown often lurks closer than we imagine. More disappearances, unseen and unheard, mysteries of missing persons in the wilderness. The vast wilderness areas of North America, particularly those in the Pacific Northwest and British Columbia, hold a beauty that is both mesmerizing and intimidating. These dense forests, towering mountains, and remote lakes are not just a haven for adventurers and nature lovers, but also the setting for countless unexplained disappearances. The following story delves into these mysterious vanishings, exploring possible causes and the emotional turmoil they leave behind. We follow Steve, an outdoor enthusiast and researcher, as he uncovers unsettling truths about these enigmatic disappearances. Chapter 1. The Vanishing of Kennedy Lake. Steve stood on the shores of Kennedy Lake, the largest lake along the highway to Tofino, British Columbia, reflecting on a recent email he received. The email came from Sean Deacon, a 55-year-old local of Ucluelet, British Columbia, who had grown up in the area and had numerous unexplained experiences in the surrounding wilderness. Steve had hoped to meet Sean in person, but time constraints and Sean's work schedule made it impossible. Instead, he read the email aloud, sharing Sean's chilling encounters with the unknown.
Sean described various incidents that occurred in areas like East Main, West Main, Kennedy, Tilcart, and Maggie Lake. From low voices and tree knocks to thrown rocks and blocked trails, Sean's experiences were both terrifying and fascinating. He recounted being watched, seeing glowing eyes in the dark, and feeling an overwhelming sense of being hunted. These weren't encounters with bears, wolves, or other known animals. They were something else, something that defied logical explanation.
Chapter 2. The Disappearance of Capable Men. Steve's thoughts turn to a recent, alarming event in his own hometown. A father and son from Mount Curry had vanished without a trace, their truck found near one of Steve's favorite spots for recording videos. Despite their deep knowledge of the local terrain and their skills as outdoorsmen, they were simply gone. Search teams with tracking dogs and thermal imaging technology found no signs of them. Talking with David Paulides, a researcher known for his work on unexplained disappearances in the wilderness, Steve learned that 7 capable individuals had gone missing between Mount Rainier and his home just that month. The scale and frequency of these disappearances were staggering and deeply unsettling. Disappearance of Adrian McNaughton location, Arnprior, Ontario, disappeared June 12, 1972, aged 5, presumed drowned. Holmes Lake, Greater Madawaska, Ontario disappearance. While on a family fishing trip at Holmes Lake near Calabogie, Ontario, Adrian had been fishing for about an hour with his father, Murray McNaughton. Adrian became tired and stopped fishing because his line was tangled. He sat down on a nearby rock, then left the lakeshore to play a short distance away. He then wandered away from his father, his 2 older brothers, and a friend of his father into a wooded area. The father noticed Adrian was missing and sent Adrian's eldest brother, Lee McNaughton, to the car to search for him. When Lee didn't find Adrian, a search was sent out to find him. Hours later, when Adrian was not found, the police were contacted. At the time of his disappearance, he was wearing a blue nylon parka, an orange striped shirt, brown shorts, and boots with rubber soles. Investigation. A huge search was conducted to find McNaughton. Thousands of volunteers led by the armed forces searched the area where Adrian had gone missing. Extensive searching was conducted, but no clue to his whereabouts was found. Aftermath. In 2009, with the use of new digital technology, his parents hoped to find him as an adult. Also in 2009, when Adrian's parents were contacted by the Toronto Sun, his mother declined to be interviewed and referred questions to the police. A CBC original podcast called Someone Knows Something investigated Adrian McNaughton's disappearance, beginning in 2015. The show is hosted, written and produced by award-winning Canadian filmmaker David Ridgen, and its first episodes were released in March 2016. On April 23, 2016, as part of the investigation for SKS, 5 highly trained volunteers conducted a search dive of Holmes Lake, looking for the remains of McNaughton. After 4 separate cadaver dogs indicated that they were detecting human remains in the area. A tooth-like object and small piece of rubber that may have belonged to a shoe were uncovered under 8 feet of water. The tooth-like object was examined by the police and was found to be not of human origin. In March 2018, the SKS and the team of volunteers conduct a 4th search of Holmes Lake for Adrian McNaughton, this time using a core sampler. They discovered that the lake reaches depths of over 30 feet with stacked layers of silt, debris, sediment separated by sections of water. 3 cadaver dogs were taken over the samples and gave the final response on 2 samples. This behavior is how the dogs indicate positive confirmation of human remains. The discoveries were reported to the local police, who sent their own divers to the lake, only to conclude what was already known, that it would be impossible to find remains through a dive search due to the poor visibility and deep layers of sediment. While the SKS team believe there are human remains at the specific location where the core samples were taken, it has not been confirmed these remains belong to Adrian. Epilogue: Staying safe in the wilderness. The wilderness, with its breathtaking landscapes and serene beauty, calls to the adventurous spirit in all of us. However, the stories of missing persons and strange creatures remind us that the forest holds secrets we may never fully understand. As outdoor enthusiasts, it is our responsibility to ensure our own safety and the safety of those around us. Always be prepared before setting out on any adventure. Make sure you are well prepared. Carry essential gear, including a map, compass, GPS device, and plenty of food and water. Dress appropriately for the weather and terrain, and pack extra clothing in case conditions change unexpectedly. Use technology wisely. Modern technology can be a lifesaver in the wilderness. Personal tracking devices, satellite phones, and emergency beacons can help rescuers locate you if you get lost. Make sure these devices are fully charged and know how to use them properly. Stay in groups. There is safety in numbers. Whenever possible, travel with a group and avoid venturing off alone. Keep track of each other and establish a system for regular check-ins. If someone does get separated, you'll be able to respond quickly. Trust your instincts. Pay attention to your surroundings and trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Whether it's a sudden change in the weather, strange noises, or an uneasy feeling, take it seriously and act accordingly. Thanks for visiting. Please like and subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and share your stories and experiences.